Grab your bag of rocks and your shield and start exploring the castle. That's the idea behind the classic Mac game Dark Castle. Here to help us defeat the Black Knight. I never made it to the Black Knight. The creator of Dark Castle, Jonathan Gay. Hi, Jonathan. Great to have you.
Thanks.
How old were you when you did that?
I was 18.
Oh, you were just a kid. Was that your first video game?
No, I'd actually did a game before that called Airborne. When
Really?
I was 17.
Airborne, sure. I remember that, too. Yeah. Classic Mac games.
Yeah.
In fact, Dark Castle lives on. There's a lot of enthusiasts still around. In fact, I think Delta Town still sells it.
Actually working on a new version, Dark Castle 3.
But and probably when you were 18 years old and you thought you were on top of the world writing a best-selling game, you didn't really think you'd be moving on. But you, in fact, are probably best known, not for Dark Castle or for Airborne, but for Flash. When did you come up with the idea for Flash?
We actually started in 1993 doing drawing software for pen computers. And
you mean like the Go computer?
Yeah, the Penpoint Neo.
Oh, yeah. That was a flop, wasn't it?
Yeah, AT&T canceled the project about right as we shipped our software.
Oh, I know a lot of people got burned by that. Of course, pen computing is now back big time, but you moved on. So you created software that would do animation with the pen, or it was just for drawing?
It was just for drawing.
And that became Flash?
Yeah, and then the pen computers didn't work out for us. We just did a version for Windows and a version for the Macintosh, and sort of struggled along as a small company, and saw this internet thing come up, and
perfect.
Yeah, we didn't have anything to lose, so we added animation.
So the idea of Flash, for people who don't know, and you've seen Flash like crazy on the net, because pretty much every website that uses animation is doing it in Flash these days. It's become a de facto standard for animation on the net. It's very lightweight, very small files that give you very rich environments and controls and buttons and graphics. People have done comic books, they've done movies. I mean, it's amazing what you can do with it. Did you ever think it would get to this point?
No, never did. It's amazing. It's the community of Flash developers and the things they do.
Uh-oh, we're having trouble with your microphone, so we're going to get another microphone on you while we look at, this is a Flash website. There are a lot of them out there. What's your favorite Flash website? Is there one that you particularly like or were impressed with?
There's so many great Flash websites, it's hard to choose just one.
There are, yeah.
Okay. I think the one that really sticks out in my mind is spikeweb.com, which is not because it's amazing, but because it was one of the first ones. It's a little online comic book.
Did you kind of look at that the first time you saw it and say, wow, we didn't expect this?
Yeah, a real artist using Flash. That was a crazy concept for us.
How did it become a standard? I mean, it isn't a real standard, and yet, if you don't have a browser with Flash, you miss out on a lot of content on the web, which, to me, defines a standard. What was the process? Was it just a question of getting enough users to use it?
Yeah, I think we were just kind of stubborn and stuck around. Well, I mean, I think a lot of people creating animation software like Flash thought that DHTML and Java were really going to be the answer there.
That's right.
And those technologies didn't really solve the problem as well as people wanted it to.
What makes Flash so good for this?
There's a combination of two things, really. One is the fact that there's a great authoring tool that makes it easy to create
really
animation.
Fun to work with it, yeah.
And the other is just the animation downloads to your computer quickly, and it plays quickly, and it just is very reliable, and it works.
Yeah, works cross-platform. It does the job that you need it to do. Macromedia bought your company, right?
That's right.
And continue to update Flash. I think they're version 5 of the Flash creator, right?
Yep.
Now, I always was confused because I didn't realize you came before, but I always thought it was part of like Director, Shockwave, Flash, kind of a natural evolution, but they're not related.
No, they've been two parallel technologies.
But there isn't I mean, there is some overlap, but Shockwave, I always kind of imagine as kind of more of a heavyweight program that really relies more on bitmap graphics, things like that. Flash, more vector graphics, very lightweight files. Is that, am I about right when I say that?
Yeah, Shockwave, I mean, one of the great things you can do, actually, is Shockwave can play Flash content. So you can think of Shockwave as a more complete thing.
It's a superset of Flash. What's next? I mean, the web moves very, very quickly. Flash has been around for 7 years. That's a long time in web terms. Is Flash going to continue along this line, or do we see a big evolution or even a revolution?
We think there's still lots of great things we're going to do with Flash. It started out really just being simple animations, and we've gradually added more interactivity, so you can do a lot more programmatic things with it and simple games.
Well, and it's true that a lot of websites use it now for their controls. I mean, when you go to a website, the buttons you push are not HTML. Often they're Flash buttons, and that's kind of become a standard as well. Yeah, thank you for enriching the experience on the web. It's really great. And thanks for Dark Castle. I spent, I don't know how many hours wasted.
It's not my
trying to
fault.
get that it's not your fault. That's our motto. Trying to get that Dark Knight, and I never did. Any secrets you want to pass along to people who... do you even remember that game?
Vaguely. It's been a long time, but it just takes some time to really
fun.
Learn the moves.
I was saying before the show that gameplay, we've got great graphics now and everything, but some games are just great, not because of the great graphics, although it was good for its time, but because it's just fun to play. And you can still play that game and enjoy it. It's available as demo download if you want to try it at deltatau.com. And I thank you, Jonathan. Flash is also available on demo download from macromedia.com.
Yep.
Appreciate you coming in.
All right.
If you want to learn more on the history of Flash, Jonathan wrote a great article for us at thescreensavers.com. And if you're a web developer or you want to be, certainly you should look at Java. You got to know HTML, but Flash also really belongs in your arsenal of tools.